time is the most valuable currency you possess, and unlike money, once spent, it can never be earned back. Yet, we treat it with an astonishing lack of respect. We allow ourselves to be consumed by a constant stream of distractions. The endless scroll of social media feeds, the passive consumption of entertainment, the trivial gossip that fills our conversations. This isn't merely a habit, it's a profound form of self-sabotage. Each minute lost to these non-essential activities is a minute stolen from your potential. Imagine your life as a vessel. Every moment of wasted time is a leak, and over time, the leaks add up, leaving you adrift in a sea of unfulfilled goals and stagnant aspirations. The first step toward reclaiming your life is to become brutally honest about where your time goes. Conduct an audit of your day, not to judge yourself, but to see the patterns of waste with clarity. This relentless erosion of our time is often a symptom of a deeper issue, a lack of purpose or a fear of confronting the hard work required for growth. We seek refuge in distraction because the alternative, focused effort on a challenging task, feels uncomfortable. We tell ourselves we need a break, but these breaks often become the main event, siphoning away hours that could be dedicated to building something meaningful. True rest, however, is not found in mind-numbing activities. It is found in the deliberate shifting of focus, in active recovery that rejuvenates the mind and body. The time we spend on passive consumption is not rejuvenating. It is merely numbing, a temporary escape from the discomfort of intentional living. To stop wasting time, you must first recognize that the pain of discipline is far less than the pain of regret. The practice of ending time, wasting behaviors, requires a fundamental shift in perspective. Instead of viewing time as something to be killed, you must see it as a precious resource to be invested. Ask yourself with every action, is this contributing to my growth, my well-being, or my goals? If the answer is no, then it is an act of waste. This doesn't mean you can never relax or enjoy leisure activities. On the contrary, by eliminating the wasteful noise, you free up time to fully immerse yourself in meaningful leisure, to connect with loved ones, or to simply be present without the constant pull of your phone or other distractions. This intentionality creates a sense of profound calm and control. Furthermore, the act of killing time is often a reflection of a deeper anxiety, a fear of stillness. We've become so accustomed to constant stimulation that silence and quiet feel unnerving. The mind, left to its own devices, might confront uncomfortable thoughts or feelings. So we fill every available moment with noise to avoid the inner work. But it is precisely in that stillness that clarity is found. By stopping the endless stream of distractions, you create space for introspection, for creative thought, and for the deeper understanding of yourself that is essential for true progress. This is not about being busy, it's about being effective, about aligning your actions with your purpose. Ultimately, the power to stop wasting time lies in your hands. It requires a conscious decision to value your life's moments more than you value the temporary relief of distraction. It is an act of self-respect. Begin by identifying one major time-wasting habit and consciously replacing it with a constructive activity. Small, consistent efforts to reclaim your time will lead to a profound transformation. Your life is a finite book. What stories will you fill its pages with? Will they be stories of intentional growth and accomplishment? Or will they be filled with blank pages left to the whim of distraction? The choice and the time is yours. Our modern lives are often lived from the neck up, a constant stream of thoughts, plans, and digital inputs that disconnect us from our physical selves. We treat our bodies like a vehicle we're simply inhabiting, pushing it to its limits without truly listening to its signals. Becoming aware of your body is the fundamental first step toward true self-mastery. It's about recognizing that your body is not a separate entity, but an integral part of your consciousness, a living, breathing anchor to the present moment. This awareness goes beyond just noticing physical pain or discomfort. It's a deep, intuitive understanding of your body's energy, posture, and subtle cues. Are you holding tension in your shoulders? Is your breath shallow and rapid? These aren't random occurrences, they are reflections of your internal state, silent messages that, when ignored, can lead to chronic stress and a profound sense of disconnection. This practice of bodily awareness is a form of active meditation. It requires you to consciously shift your focus from the racing thoughts in your mind to the physical sensations in your body. Start by simply observing. How does the floor feel against your feet? What is the quality of your breath? Is it deep or shallow, smooth or jagged? As you sit, notice your posture. Is your back straight or slumped? Is your jaw clenched? These small observations are the building blocks of a more profound connection. The body holds our experiences, our traumas, and our emotions. When we become aware of our physical state, we are also accessing a deeper layer of our psychological and emotional reality. Acknowledging the tension in your jaw, for example, is the first step to understanding the stressor that caused it. This is not about judgment. It is about pure, non-reactive observation. In a world that values speed and intellectual prowess above all else, we've forgotten the wisdom of the body. Athletes and martial artists, in particular, understand this intuitively. Their success is not just a matter of mental strategy, but of a deep, symbiotic relationship with their physical form. They know that every movement, every breath, and every muscle contraction is a part of the whole. This is a lesson for all of us. When we tune into our bodies, we gain access to an unparalleled source of information and power. We can sense when we are on the verge of burnout, when we need to rest, and when our energy is aligned and ready for action. It's an internal compass that, when honed, guides us with more accuracy than any external advice. Furthermore, ignoring the body leads to a cascade of negative consequences. The shallow breathing that accompanies stress reduces oxygen flow to the brain, impairing cognitive function. The hunched posture from sitting at a desk for hours on encompresses the spine, leading to physical pain and reduced energy. By neglecting our body, we are actively working against our own well-being and performance. Conversely, by simply taking a moment to correct your posture, to take a few deep breaths, or to stretch, you can fundamentally alter your physical and mental state. This isn't a luxury, it's a non-negotiable part of a high-performance life. It is through the body that we ground ourselves and bring our chaotic minds back to a state of equilibrium. Ultimately, the goal is not to have a perfect body, but to have a conscious body. It is a lifelong practice of curiosity and listening. Start with a simple body scan. That is the Nambadarn, or sit comfortably and systematically bring your attention to each part of your body, from your toes to the crown of your head, noticing any sensations without trying to change them. This simple act is a profound way to reconnect with yourself. It's about building a partnership between your mind and your body, where one informs the other. This connection fosters resilience, intuition, and a profound sense of inner peace. Your body is a temple. It's time to start treating it with the reverence it deserves. In a world defined by constant motion and external demands, finding inner peace isn't a passive luxury. It's an active and essential practice. We've been conditioned to believe that we must always be on, always reacting to the next notification, the next email, the next expectation. This state of perpetual reactivity creates a mind filled with a low-grade hum of anxiety, a constant mental chatter that prevents us from thinking clearly or feeling at ease. Inner peace is not the absence of external problems. It is the presence of a steady, calm center that is unshaken by the storms around you. It's the ability to observe your thoughts and emotions without becoming a slave to them, to find a quiet space within yourself, no matter the chaos outside. This is a skill, not an innate gift, and like any skill, it must be cultivated through deliberate and consistent effort. The foundation of inner peace lies in learning to be still. Our minds are like wild horses constantly running in different directions, pulling us from one thought to the next. We must learn to gently rein them in, not through force, but through practice. This can be as simple as dedicating 5 minutes each day to silence. Turn off your phone, close your eyes, and just sit. Don't try to stop your thoughts. Just observe them as they come and go, like clouds passing in the sky. That is the number R. When you feel yourself getting carried away by a thought, simply acknowledge it and gently return your focus to your breath. This practice of observation and return is like a mental muscle exercise. The more you do it, the stronger your ability to detach from the chaos and find a moment of stillness, even in the busiest of times. Many of us confuse inner peace with a feeling of happiness or euphoria, but this is a common misconception. Inner peace is far more profound. It's a state of equanimity, a balanced and composed state of mind, even in the face of difficulty. It's the ability to accept things as they are without the constant need to control or change them. This acceptance doesn't mean you give up on improving your life. It means you stop resisting reality. Resistance is the primary source of suffering. When we resist what is happening, we expend enormous amounts of energy. True peace is found in letting go of that struggle and trusting in your ability to navigate whatever comes your way. It is a powerful form of surrender that paradoxically gives you back control. Furthermore, finding inner peace is a powerful antidote to the fear and anxiety that plague modern society. We are constantly barraged with news and information designed to trigger our stress response. By creating a space of inner calm, you build a powerful shield against this external noise. It allows you to respond to situations with clarity and wisdom rather than reacting with panic. When you're grounded in peace, your decisions are more deliberate, your communication is more compassionate, and your actions are more effective. You become a steady force, not a scattered one. This calm state is not just for your benefit, it radiates outward, positively influencing everyone you interact with. Ultimately, your inner peace is your most valuable asset. It's the well from which all of your other strengths flow, your discipline, your focus, your energy. Without it, you are simply reacting to the world, a ship without a rudder. To find it, you must prioritize it. Schedule time for stillness just as you would for a meeting or a workout. Make it a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. That the journey inward is the most important journey you will ever take. by learning to cultivate peace within, you are not just improving your life, you are transforming it into a sanctuary of calm and resilience in a world that often celebrates spontaneity and an instant gratification. The concept of discipline is frequently misunderstood. It's not a form of self-punishment or a rigid, joyless existence. Instead, discipline is the ultimate expression of self-love and freedom. It is the unwavering commitment to doing what is necessary even when you don't feel like it, because you understand that your future self depends on the choices you make today. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and their achievement. Without it, your aspirations remain nothing more than wishful thinking. It is the consistent, often unsung, practice of showing up for yourself day after day in small, meaningful ways. This is where real change begins. Not in grand gestures, but in the quiet resolve of your daily actions. The true nature of discipline is not about force, but about alignment. It's about aligning your daily habits with your long-term vision. Think of it as a form of conscious design for your life. By choosing to exercise when you'd rather sleep in, by choosing to work on a difficult project instead of getting distracted, you are actively building the person you want to become. This process isn't always easy. It requires confronting the part of your mind that seeks comfort and ease. But with each disciplined choice, you strengthen your mental fortitude and build a powerful sense of self-trust. You prove to yourself that you are capable of following through on your commitments, a realization that is more empowering than any fleeting moment of pleasure. Discipline is also the foundation of true freedom. This might seem like a paradox, but it is a profound truth. The person without discipline is a slave to their impulses, their moods, and their fleeting desires. They are easily swayed by every distraction and temptation that crosses their path. Their life is dictated by external forces and internal whims. The disciplined person, however, is free. They are free from the tyranny of their own procrastination and inconsistency. They have the power to choose their actions, regardless of how they feel. This deliberate choice, this self-mastery, is the essence of personal liberty. By imposing structure on your life, you free up mental space and energy that would otherwise be wasted on indecision and self-negotiation. Furthermore, discipline creates momentum. Every small act of discipline, no matter how insignificant it seems, adds up over time. The person who writes one page a day will have a finished book at the end of the year. The person who saves a small amount of money consistently will build wealth. This compounding effect is what separates those who talk about change from those who actually achieve it. The initial effort can feel immense, but with each successive act of discipline, the path becomes easier, the motivation becomes intrinsic, and the results become undeniable. This is how empires are built, not just in business, but in one's personal life. The momentum of consistent action is an unstoppable force. Ultimately, discipline is an act of deep respect for yourself and your potential. It is the recognition that you are worthy of a life that is intentional and full of purpose. It is the decision to stop living by default and start living by design. It's about showing up for yourself even when no one else is watching and building the habits that will carry you through challenges. This is not about perfection, it's about persistence. It's a lifelong practice of cultivating the strength of will to do what needs to be done. Embrace discipline, and you will not only improve your life, you will own it, our lives, are not just a series of events, but a continuous expenditure of energy, physical, mental, and emotional. We often spend our days unknowingly giving this finite resource away to things and people that drain us, leaving us depleted and without the vitality needed for our most important goals. Controlling your energy is a conscious act of self-preservation and strategic allocation. It's about recognizing that every interaction, every thought, and every environment has an energetic cost. A lack of control over your energy is like having a leak in your gas tank. No matter how much fuel you pour in, you can't go very far because it's constantly seeping out. To improve your life, you must become a vigilant guardian of your own energetic reserves, choosing where and how you spend this precious resource. This practice begins with awareness. We must learn to identify the people, places, and activities that drain us versus those that replenish us. Do certain conversations leave you feeling exhausted and negative? Do you spend hours on tasks that provide no return on your energetic investment? Recognizing these drains is the first step toward plugging the leaks. This isn't about cutting people out of your life indiscriminately, but about setting boundaries and limiting exposure to low vibrational interactions. Similarly, it's about being honest with yourself about where your mental energy goes. Worrying about things you can't control, replaying past mistakes, and engaging in internal self-criticism are all profound energy sinks. By observing and acknowledging these patterns without judgment, you gain the power to change them. The next step is to align your actions with your values. When you spend your energy on things that truly matter to you, you feel a sense of purpose and flow rather than depletion. This is the difference between working on a project you're passionate about and one you're simply obligated to do. The former energizes you, while the latter drains you. By making deliberate choices to invest your energy in activities that are meaningful, whether it's learning a new skill, spending quality time with loved ones, or engaging in a creative pursuit, you are not just spending energy, you are generating it. This is why following your purpose is often described as being effortless. It's not because there's no work involved, but because the work itself is a source of renewal.